It is the month of Second Seed, Fourth Era, year 195. And it appears to be another busy night at the Rift's most popular attraction, the Jester's Leicester. For this popular brothel has increased the revenue of the Blackbriar coin purse by a considerable amount since its grand opening over 6 months ago. But it would appear that this famed brothel will soon have new ownership, as tonight will be the last night this establishment is owned by the Blackbriars. And so we continue our story.
I wouldn't stay out too long, mate. We got a big batch to brew by morning.
Oh, come on, Sarthis. We need to recharge and unwind a bit. Surely another hour won't hurt our production, right?
Nah, mate. We ain't having none of that. You know we have a quota to meet. You knew who'd we be working for when you signed on. Besides, Drago said he'd have some additional hands coming in this week. It will help with the workload. After that, you can spend all your free time here, as much as you want. But we got a job to do first, mate.
Fine. Just let me have a few minutes alone with this broad. I promise I'll be quick.
Fine. Just don't go off killing them by accident again. These ladies are protected by our employer, just so you know.
You worry too much. Everything is going to be okay, Sarthis. Trust me.
I understand.
I'm glad to hear. So, is it safe to say this sale is finalized?
But one last thing, if I may, Lady Blackbriar.
And what would that be, Arengoth?
We've been business partners for quite some time now, Maven. And I know you wouldn't sell me this high-earnings establishment unless you were sure you had other means of bringing in more coin. Is it safe to say that this new venture of yours is a better investment than this brothel?
Feel like you're being cheated out of a deal, Arengoth? Is that it?
Of course not, Lady Blackbriar. I just want to know why you would sell this place to me when it is the highest-grossing market in the Rift.
I suppose I could let you in on a few of my trading interests. After all, you are heavily invested in the meadery. In truth, I need to separate my name from establishments like these. I only opened it up to capitalize on the prostitution that was rampant down in the Ratways. I saw an opportunity, and I took it. Several months later, the prostitution in the Ratways is gone, and this brothel is flourishing. My part here is done. Hence, the reason why I wish to separate from this place. I have other endeavors to move on to.
A wise decision indeed, if I may say so myself. This move looks good in the event you ever find yourself in the Jarl's seat. But I've heard some disturbing rumors, unfortunately. Rumors associated with some rather nasty business.
Arengoth, I must say I'm disappointed. You know I don't associate myself with rumors. I only deal with facts. What nonsense is about to fall off that tongue of yours?
Forgive me, Lady Blackbriar, but I must ask.
You test my patience, Arengoth. Speak.
That attack that occurred on the undisclosed Skooma den back a few months ago. I've heard troubling whispers that the Blackbriars were behind the attack. An attack that has shattered their operations and adopted a slave force of workers. A slave force that now works for the Blackbriars.
Really, Arengoth? Skooma attacks, slaves. The fact that you even associate me with such blasphemy is appalling. Perhaps I should sell this brothel to Volwolf Snowshot. At least I know if he does ask me outrageous claims against my name, it will be because he's a drunk old fool.
Forgive me, Maven. I should have known better. Please, let us continue with the sell as we agreed.
Very well, Arengoth. But if I were you, I'd be more concerned about the changes you are going to make to this brothel, not some outlandish rumors against my family. Now, are we clear going forward, Arengoth?
Of course, Lady Blackbriar. My apologies to my earlier assumptions. I'll be changing the name from the Jester's Leicester to the new The Rift's Rest.
That sounds like a good start, Erengoth. May this establishment bring you good fortune.
Thank you, Maven. I'll have the contract completed by morning. Have a good night, my lady.
And so, Maven sells the brothel to a local business partner, a move that she had hoped would take attention away from her and the family name. But Maven finds herself wondering more about this slave force, one that is somehow associated with her secretive side business. Mjoll continues her conquest, as she has now been in the Rift for over a month, knocking out as many bounties as she can. Looking for any more leads that can help her identify the source of the corruption in the Rift, while also assisting the people of Riften. Assisting in any way she can, as Mjoll makes use of any loot that may be of value to certain citizens.
Amazing. These must have been very hard to come by. You've saved my business and warmed an old smith's heart. For that, I thank you.
No problem, Balimond. I'm just glad I was able to help.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from...
And so, Mjoll continued leaving her noble imprint on the citizens of the Rift, no matter how difficult the task.
Perfect, just perfect. These should help keep my stock fresh for quite a while. And as promised, here's my trade. Hope you like it.
No need, Maurice. I am just delivering on a promise I made to the people. Good day, Maurice.
Thank you, Mjoll. Thank you.
Continuing to honor her oath to the citizens of the Rift, as she finally begins to ask around about the Red Skooma bottles that she has come across in her journey so far.
Greetings, Medici. I was hoping you could tell me anything about this skooma bottle that I have been finding on bandits recently. I've never seen it read before. And of all the bandit strongholds I've cleared, there was also a stash of this stuff somewhere. Any idea where it's coming from?
Okay, let's take a look. This is that Red Skooma from a few months back. Not long before you arrived in Riften, there was a dealer operating somewhere out at a secret location out in the Rift. From what I heard, the guy in charge made some nasty enemies and got sacked. Everyone was apparently killed off. I thought this stuff was gone forever, but someone must be replicating the formula from somewhere. No clue where that is, unfortunately.
I've heard about this attack before. I thought the production lab was destroyed in the initial attack. But from the sound of things, it looks like someone else has taken over. And if that's the case, I need to find it and shut it down for good.
You need to be careful, Mjoll. A lot of people were killed because of this Red Skooma. And I don't want to see anything happen to you because of this.
Thank you for your concern, Medici, but I can't sit idle and do nothing. Do you have any leads on where I could start looking?
I'm not entirely too sure, but I'd say best bet will be the Ratways. But be careful, Mjoll. That place is dangerous, even for Argonians.
Thank you, Medici. I'll find this evil and root it out. I promised the people of Riften this, and I aim to do just that.
And so, Mjoll finds a new lead for the Red Skooma in the Ratways, as she continues her oath of helping the people of Riften. But Mjoll may soon learn that Skooma isn't the only threat down in the Ratways. But before Mjoll decides to head down to the Ratways, she would take a moment to rest before venturing down in unknown territory. And luckily for Mjoll, she is actually greeted by decent company this time around.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb. What can I get for you?
Just a moment. You're that orphan that old hag kicked onto the streets, aren't you? Glad to see you're doing okay for yourself. The Riften court really needs to investigate that place, especially that director.
Oh, believe me, I know. Old Grelud has a certain way with things, but as an orphan, you kind of learn to just let things be. Besides, one of those kids really has it out for old Grelud. I have a feeling she'll get what's coming to her one of these days. As for me, I'm a survivor. Sure, I may be young, even by elven standards, but I am half Nord and quick on my feet. I'll find my calling someday. But for now, I'll settle for honest work until I find something better.
With a positive attitude like that, I'm sure you'll go far in life, friend. The name's Mjoll. Mjoll the Lioness. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Jilly. Jilly the half-breed gooner, as old Grelud would say. Wait, you're Mjoll the Lioness? You're like a hero around here.
No need for praise, my friend. I put my boots on one at a time like everyone else.
Yeah, but once you do put your boots on, you become the ass-kicker, bandit-slaying demigod named Mjoll the badass-mucking Lioness. Sorry, excuse my language. I tend to run my mouth a little too often when I get excited.
You've got quite the spirit, Jilly, and the street smarts to back it up. Perhaps you can help me with something?
Of course, how can I help?
I'm following a lead on Red Skooma, so I can find the production and shut it down. What can you tell me about the Ratways beneath this place?
The Ratways? Yeah, that place is bad news. Basically a bunch of unchecked lawlessness at every turn. I heard once that the Ratways were once an ancient labyrinth that was built before the city was. Who knows if that's true or not, but all sorts of vermin apparently dwell down there. The guards never go down there either. It's a dangerous place. Hands down. I've been down there a few times and have no desire to ever go back there again. Unless I'm getting paid. Never mind. Overall, all you need to know that it's a bad place.
Just as I suspected. Thank you, Jilly, for that additional information.
No problem, Mjoll. Just be safe when going down there. That place can break even the strongest of willpower. So I am told.
Jilly, get this woman a mead. My tab, of course.
Sure thing, Thane. You're the boss.
Thank you for the offer, Thane Erin, but I'm actually on my way out.
I thought I heard you mention the Ratways. Please tell me you're not actually thinking of going down there, are you?
I am, Thane. I have reason to believe that I may find another lead to this Red Skooma that has been popping up on bandits. They say it was in heavy circulation around here before I arrived in Riften. And if they think they're going to continue spreading that poison to the people of the Rift, then they have another thing coming.
That's very noble of you, my lady. But the Ratways are a different beast altogether. That place is off limits for a reason. It's filled with all types of hostilities. Not to mention the many psychotic and demented souls down there that would please even Sheogorath. There's a reason why we don't send guards down there. Definitely not a place for a lady. My lady.
I appreciate the concern, Thane, but my mind is made. If there's a chance I can find the source of this skooma, then I have to try.
Well then, if I can't convince you otherwise, then you may as well have someone capable of watching your back. I'm ready when you are.
Are you sure, Thane Erin? We will be in harm's way, and I don't want to see anything happen to Riften's Thane.
Believe me, Lady Mjoll. I'm more capable than what I seem to be. Besides, if we are to face danger down in the Ratways, then it will be together. Besides, we could think of it as our first date.
How about we think of it as a team-up for a bounty, Thane?
Of course, my lady. I'm ready whenever you are.
Good, then let's go.
And so, Mjoll finally decides to team up with Thane Arryn and venture down into the Ratways together. For it would appear that the Thane is eager to see where her investigation leads her, and perhaps mislead her into something else entirely. For Thane Arryn has his own agenda.
Hello there, sir. 20 septims, and I'll let you do whatever you want. Add another 10 for your friend, and I'll make sure we have a really good time.
You're speaking to a Thane, miss. Why on Nirn would I associate myself with prostitution? I wouldn't dare do such a thing. I have a reputation to maintain after all.
Ah, come on, you know you want to do it with me.
No thanks. Now, stay out of our way.
Was that really necessary, Thane?
I'm sorry, Mjoll, but we have to be stern with these people. Otherwise, they will never learn.
Mjoll and Arryn step foot inside the Ratways. The reeking smell of death dominates the atmosphere as the duo begins to navigate the old labyrinth beneath Riften. But Mjoll stays on the highest alert as she continues to navigate the tunnels of the Ratways with the Thane, wondering why the Riften court allows this ancient fortress underground to run rampant and unchecked. For the Ratways remains home to many unknown deceased souls.
By the grace of Arcay, how can people disregard someone's life like that? This man had a life once, and he had a name.
If he had a name, it was long forgotten the moment he decided to step foot inside this slum of oblivion. The lame, the demented, the murderers, all of them call this their home. Can you really say that you are that surprised?
In the grand scheme of things, I guess not.
Let's keep going. This won't be the last corpse we see down here. That's for sure.
Mjoll is a bit disturbed by the carelessness of the Thane, as she had hoped he would be more compassionate towards the lost souls who dwell down here. But if what Thane Arryn speaks is true about the type of people who decide to call this their home, then Mjoll will have her work cut out for her. For a place like this means danger can hide at every corner.
You think you can take my skooma? Think again.
Are you okay, Thane?
Yes, Mjoll. These lowlifes have no clue who they're messing with. Thanks for the assist.
There it is again. I've got to find the source of this skooma, Thane. This poor Khajiit was willing to kill for this poison, and I made a promise to the people of the Rift that I will shut down the production of this Red Skooma. What type of warrior would I be if I didn't honor my word?
A warrior that still draws breath. You have to think logically here, my lady. A place like this would be a risky gamble for a skooma operation. There are too many unknowns. Too many demented and junkies down here. The payoff wouldn't be worth it. Could it be possible that the operation could be coming beyond the Rift? Beyond Skyrim itself?
I've been doing this for quite some time now, Thane. And in all my travels, I've never seen a poison like this before. Everything that I found so far points to me that it's coming from somewhere in the Rift. I just can't give up now. I have to continue, no matter where it leads me.
Well, my lady, if you truly believe that, then I will fulfill my promise to you and lend whatever aid I can.
Thank you, Thane Arryn. I know you are out of your comfort zone here, and I realize I am asking a lot. But I do appreciate you helping me on this task. I promise the reward for helping the people of the Rift will be worth it.
Maybe it will be, my lady. Come, let us continue.
Lead the way, Thane.
For a brief moment, Mjoll wondered if Thane Arryn had let on more than what he knew, as she explored the idea of the Thane possibly knowing the location of the Skooma operation. But such thoughts are discarded, as Mjoll knows that a Thane wouldn't be so easily swayed to dishonesty, greed, and temptation. And so, she discards those thoughts as our duo arrive near some living quarters in the Ratways.
This man doesn't appear to be hostile. Perhaps he can give us a lead.
I wouldn't count on it.
I had a medal. It had someone's face on it. I threw it away after. It didn't help.
Hello, sir. I wanted to ask if you had come across any of this Red Skooma that has been popping up all over the rift.
He explained it all to me. Before, when I still understood. I don't remember, but I still know.
Wait, what was explained to you? What don't you remember?
He'll tell you, just ask. You don't even need to ask. He'll tell you anyway.
Yeah. This guy isn't playing with a full deck, Mjoll. We're wasting our time here.
Sir, do you need help? Is there anything we can do for you?
They were golden, even when they were dead. But their blood was red. I knew it would be.
We can't help him. Such a shame. Sorry to have bothered you, sir. We will be on our way.
You don't think there's any hope, do you? I don't. He's right.
As Mjoll stepped away, she began to understand what Eren had meant about the hopelessness that ran rampant down in the Ratways. For Mjoll knew that she couldn't solve every single problem she encountered, but the thought of not trying hurt her even worse as she kept her composure and continued her investigation into the Red Skooma, regardless of where it takes her.
I say we should call it a day, my lady. Ready to return topside?
Not just yet, Thane. There's one more area I want to check out.
As you wish, my lady.
What in Soon's name is this place?
Ah, the Ragged Flagon.
Is this a tavern? Down here?
Try to think of it as a bar for lowlifes. Kinda makes sense when you think of it.
Perhaps the lead I'm looking for is in here.
Sorry, you don't belong here. Turn around and go back. This place ain't for your type.
I'm sorry, but I was hoping to find someone who could point me to some Red Skooma that I've seen in circulation around here.
Nice little setup you guys have here. I'm sure you know someone who can help the lady here. Right?
Nah, sorry, can't help. Don't know anything about Skooma around here. Now I'm gonna need you and your lady to leave. Like I said, this place ain't for you.
You're acting oddly suspicious over two law-abiding citizens. Makes me wonder what you're hiding back there. Maybe some illicit merchandise, I wonder.
Lady Mjoll, perhaps we shouldn't make trouble down here. We are in a section of the Ratways that seems to be civilized. Let's not make things worse by pressing our welcome.
Lady, I ain't repeating myself again. This is an invite place only, and you ain't invited.
Is that so? Perhaps the Jarl needs to be informed about this place and authorize a raid. Then we'll see what you're really hiding. What do you think, Thane Eren? Should we inform the Riften court about this place?
Perhaps we should hold off until we know more, my lady.
Go ahead, lady. Tell them all you want. That still ain't gonna get you in here.
Perhaps the Thane is right. But this isn't over, friend. Mark my words. I'll be back. I'm done here, Thane Eren.
Maven ain't gonna be happy with this.
No need to worry. I have the situation under control.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
And so, Mjoll decides to back off the Ragged Flagon, as she is denied entry into the Rugged Tavern, taking the Thane's advice to back off as she begins to return to the surface. For for it would appear that Mjoll has a certain destination in mind. And so, Mjoll finds herself in Mistvale Keep, seeking an audience with the Riften High Court to make a rather difficult request.
And with the court's authorization, I can lead a raid down into the Ratways and flush out all the contraband we come across, starting with the Ragged Flagon. Do this, and I promise to find the source of the Red Skooma, Lady Blackbriar.
While I appreciate your passion and enthusiasm towards pursuing the law in the Rift, the court cannot authorize a raid of guards into the Ratways at this time. We simply do not have the manpower to successfully breach into the Ratways, and our patrolling force is already stretched far enough as it is. I am sorry, Lady Mjoll.
Lady Blackbriar is correct. Unfortunately, we've lost guards before inside the Ratways and condemned any patrols there as well. We simply cannot afford to lose any more guards, my lady.
I understand the risk, and I wouldn't be asking unless I knew what was at stake. And believe me, there is plenty at stake. Not all who reside there are hostile murderers. Some are just fragile souls looking for help, looking for a shred of stability in a dark place. And if it's our responsibility to protect these souls from harm, should we not be trying to do just that? If it's within our power, shouldn't we at least try?
I understand your passion, Lady Mjoll. I really do. I, too, have a soft spot for the souls who have decided to call the Ratways their home. But the burden of resources it will cost the Rift to efficiently cleanse the Ratways is a cost that Riften cannot afford at this time. Therefore, no raid will be authorized in the Ratways, Lady Mjoll. Do we have an understanding?
I'm sorry, Lady Mjoll, but it looks like the court has given us its answer. No point beating a dead horse.
But to do nothing is just wrong. Perhaps if I made my case to the Jarl, she would be inclined to listen.
I am sorry, Lady Mjoll, but the Jarl has pressing matters to attend to. The court's decision is final.
Then I'll find a way to take care of it myself. I'll see myself out. Good day, Lady Maven.
For your sake, Thane, you better be keeping a close eye on this one. She's already proving herself very resourceful and a hero to the people. The last thing I need is her snooping around the Blackbriar businesses.
No need to worry, my lady. I've already misled her direction. As long as she thinks the skooma is coming from the Ratways, the den is safe.
It's not the skooma that concerns me, Thane. It's her influence over the people of the Rift. Just keep her busy with court bounties until I figure out what to do with her. Thane Aaron. Are we clear?
Absolutely, my lady. I have the situation under control.
For your sake, Aaron, you better be telling the truth.
And so Mjoll is handed a defeat in the Riften court as she tries to confront the problematic issues down in the Ratways. For Maven Blackbriar has become aware of the influence Mjoll has gained in the last month. An influence that Maven has deemed a threat. But as the night began to set in, it was obvious to Mjoll that she wasn't going to be able to do anything soon in the Ratways. So she instead heads to the bathhouse to ease her mind and clear her thoughts. For Mjoll had much to ease from, as she begins to suspect that Maven Blackbriar may have too much power here in the Rift, especially in the Riften court. But it wasn't Maven who Mjoll should be concerned with at the given moment, as it would appear that Mjoll's quarters would be receiving a guest while she was away. A rather thieving guest. But as it would appear, this thief wasn't operating by her own command, as it seems that a certain Thane was behind this particular order.
Ah, Sapphire. Find anything of interest about our friend?
Just this ring. Doesn't look like it has much value. However, I'm willing to bet it has significant value to her.
A ring, huh? Let's take a look. This ring doesn't look like much. Sandelski. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, Thane. That's your problem. All I care about is the gold. So the moment you pay up, I'll be on my way.
Oh, come on, Sapphire. I can think of other ways of payment that I can provide.
Stop with your games already. I did a job and expect to get paid. Not my problem if the merchandise isn't to your liking.
Games, huh? I don't think you realize the extent of my abilities. How about I give you a taste, Sapphire?
What? What are you doing? I'm on fire! Thane Aaron, it's a pleasure to serve you. Please make use of my services however you deem fit.
That's more like it, Sapphire. We were discussing your payment just a moment ago. How would you like to proceed?
However you wish, sir. And if my body can be of service to you, then I'll gladly make use of it to you for my reward, my Thane.
Is that right?
Absolutely, my Thane. Please make use of my body however you wish.
I was hoping you'd say that. Remove some of your clothing so that I may enjoy that body of yours.
As you wish, my Thane.
Good. Now, come closer.
And so, the Thane uses his ring to claim another prize. For it would seem that the corruption that Mjoll wishes to combat is right underneath her nose. But as the night ends, the gods would almost take pity on Mjoll as she returns to her quarters and finds her sentimental ring missing.
Did I misplace my ring? I could have sworn I had it locked in this drawer. Hopefully it will turn up soon.
And though she may be too sincere at times, she is fierce. And with that thought, Mjoll turns in for the night, her thoughts heavy with doubt, as she begins to wonder if she really can save Riften from its vile corruption. But Mjoll isn't one to give up on a fight so easily. For Redwater Den appears to be back in full production, and with a capable crew. A crew that is now run by a Dunmer thug, known as Dragos. And if one thing is certain, Mjoll has her work cut out for her.